Let me start with a rude question.
Please.
Does TV news have to suck?
Well, I think there's nothing wrong with news as entertainment. So I don't think we should be too sniffy about that. You know, I think that there are lots of ways that people find out what's going on in the world, and I think if we on the supplier end get too earnest about you know, the eating your vegetables side of news, then I don't think we are actually fulfilling our societal purpose. And that, so, you know, I think if that's what you mean by TV news sucking, then, as I say, I think one can find one can find another way to look at it. But I think there is I think the issue for TV news is a slightly different one, which I think has resulted in some of the characteristics that, you know, you're, I think, alluding to there. And it's because a lot of the role that TV news has traditionally done is now being done, you know, in other ways. And therefore, I think it's more a question about relevance rather than anything else. So, as I say, the fun side of TV news, or the entertainment side of TV news, I actually rather like, I think.
So let me now ask it nicely.
Please.
How could TV news be better?
So, you know, I think the challenge for TV news is that, I suspect for all of us, the idea that you are going to have a 9 o'clock appointment on your sofa with a box on the wall, and that for the next 30 minutes you're going to watch the thing that somebody has said you need to watch. I just don't think that fits the way we are in the world today. And the idea that the chances are that at that moment it's going to have told you something that you didn't necessarily know had happened in the world, I think that's problematic. You know, we live in a world where people want what they want on demand. And you look at the rise of Netflix and all the similar services. And the idea that the provider is going to dictate the schedule, but also the idea that the provider is going to dictate not just when you watch it, but where you watch it, on the device that you watch it on. That is very, very problematic, I think. So that's the first one, is on demand. The second one, however, is, you might say, well, that's no problem. Why don't I just take my TV news bulletin and just make it on demand? And the answer is because then it will be 5 hours out of date. And I think what's happening, you know, ultimately with Twitter, I guess, but it's been happening across the web for much longer than that, is that we want to know what's happening now, not what happened 5 hours ago. So, you know, in order for TV news, I think, to work, it has to be on demand in terms of time, device, location, and up to date. I think those are the two critical ones. There are various other things it needs to be, which is about perhaps a little more personalised than it has been, but I think the fundamental things are on demand and up to date.